We'll start with the broadcast section with no Vargo, followed by the Bar section for 10:30 p.m. tonight. No live tweeting during the broadcast section, and use the microphone provided. Michael.
Thanks, Dan. Hi, Thomas. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. How's the squad looking after the international break? And in particular, saw Pape walking off. How's Dom? How's Kojo? Quite a list.
Yeah, they are good, most of them. I'm just thinking, you said Pape trained today, is ready, available. Lucas trained today, ready, available. What was that? That was Kojo, yes, trained today. Available, of course, have a mask you need to play with. And Dom is not ready yet. I think he also had a article recently where he spoke about it. So we are very, as I said, it's the same, very aware that when we put him out there, we want to be absolutely sure that, as sure as we can be, that no setback going forward. So I'm comfortable he will soon. But I'll be ready, but I will not put a time frame on it.
Number of London clubs consider Spurs as their big derby, but this one here, without doubt, is the big one, Arsenal. When you took this job, did you know about the importance of this rivalry, and how excited are you? I know you've played them in a friendly, but this is the real one.
Yeah, this is the real one. Super excited. Of course, before I stepped into the club, of course, I knew about the North London derby. But it's when you're in it, you sense it and feel that this is important. You feel from the fans, you feel from the staff members, the players, the people that's been working here for years. This is the big one. I always say the next one is the next game is the most important game, and I will always have that. But I'm very, very, very aware there's 2 games in a year that's even more important, and this is the first of them. And we're ready. We're up for it. We are looking forward to it, and we'll do everything we can to win.
6 years ago, Spurs appointed Jose Mourinho. A few days later, Arsenal appointed Mikel Arteta. He said then trust the process. He was ridiculed a little bit then, but in fairness, they look very, very strong now. Do you envisage it taking 6 years to get the squad you want here, or do you reckon it'll be done less?
I think it's a good example that of a club that have stick, how can you say, to the process, and stick to. I would say it's not only. I know it's Mikel in charge, me in charge, but it's so many more people working, but sticking to what we believe in over a longer period. I think 6 years is very rare get that long in football. I also think it's fair to say that it took probably 3 seasons for Arteta. So the 4th season, that's where he competed. Now he's in the 7th season, so he's really, really ready to compete in his 4th season. So he took over, then 2 full seasons, then the 4th one. So I think that's how you should see it. And then we know the difference between having ultimate success to win something or not is like this, and you need margins. But the process is the most important thing.
Do you have a book coming out soon?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be good, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. People must judge that, yeah.
Interesting quotes about a very busy day you had, a meeting with Chelsea and Manchester United. That's quite a day. Well, just tell us what that was. Obviously, you didn't join those clubs, and it's worked out that you're now the Tottenham Hotspur head coach. But just tell us about that day in particular.
Yeah, I think of course, very aware then when you decide to make a book, there will be things in it that can be interesting. That's definitely one of the things that day, whether it was a special day. But I think it was the context of what is it I wanted to do the next step, or can't choose everything, would stay long for Brentford, do something else. And then there was this special day with a meeting with two big clubs. That is history. I'm here now, another massive club. I'm very happy here, and I'm looking forward to Sunday. Thank you.
Hi, Thomas. A North London derby is always one of the biggest fixtures of the season. Spurs currently have a 100% away record, but have only won once at the Emirates in the Premier League, and that was 15 years ago. How do you balance the confidence of the recent form with the reality of that history?
I think I definitely look more into our, how can you say, very performance form, away form. Was very confident in the team going into the game on Sunday. Big respect on a against a good team. Currently, can't run away from that. Even that we don't like it. But Arsenal are top of the table, quite a distance. They've been good for a few years, but we need to do everything we can to turn that around. And it's one game on Sunday, one game where I'm convinced that we will compete a lot, and I will do everything we can to beat them.
You mentioned Arsenal at the top of the table and stopping their set-piece threat, which is something many teams have struggled with this season. They currently hold the record for the highest goals scored from set-pieces so far this season. How does that challenge motivate you?
That's a big challenge. I think we hold the record of the fewest goals conceded from set-pieces, so that's not a bad stat either. But there's no doubt that one of the battles we need to win in this game to win the game is a set-piece battle. So can we win that battle? Then we're halfway there, because they're strong, we are strong, and that will be a battle in itself. And then there's a lot of other battles: the high pressure, the defending, the building up, and all that. But the set pieces will be a battle.
And Arsenal's defence as well is also super strong. What's the key to creating chances against a defence that's been so hard to open up?
Yeah, they've been good. Of course, we trust that we can score goals there. I think it's also fair to say on the road we've been quite good to do that. I think the more we can make them a little bit disorganized, which would be a challenge, the better. And that's what we'll try to do.
Ali.
Hi there, Thomas. Just want to ask you about a trio of defenders. So Radu Drăgușin played 45 minutes in the under-21s friendly, but also Ben Davies and Kojo and Archie. Just where are they all at in their fitness levels?
Yeah, Radu, very happy. He is probably been that for a couple of weeks now. Full training, full in, everything. With the team, played his first 45 minutes in 9 months, something like that. Wednesday, I think it was, last Wednesday. Very happy with that. Trained fully today. He's definitely getting very close to be able to be selected. Now it's just a matter of performance and probably just a few more game minutes to be fully available. Kojo and Ben both trained with the team today, so it was the first time, so that's also positive.
And Archie Gray, how far away?
He trained with the team as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're kind of getting to the stage now where you're actually getting bodies.
Yeah, exactly. So now I need to make difficult decisions.
Brennan Johnson scored a lovely goal on the international break. How important is that for a player like him, a confidence player like most players?
Yeah, I think every players are confidence players. Some need it more than others, but everyone need that confidence. We all know if we are a little bit more confident, it's easier to turn forward, to play forward, to run forward, to trust yourself. Don't even think. It's just intuitive when you make your decision or your movement. Very happy for it. I think actually Bren has had some very positive performances. In Copenhagen won, all the things, positive things in the Man United one, and now he came on the back of a good game for Wales.
It's a very quick final one. Obviously, you spoke about in the book about the United and Chelsea talks on the same day. How different was the Spurs conversations you had later on for three very different clubs?
In a way, they are a little bit similar. You speak to people and you present what you would like to bring to the club. So there's a lot of similarities in that sense, I would say.
Thomas, hello. I just think with the North London derby, there's probably a perception it's probably one of the best derbies in the league because there's chaos, there's drama, there's red cards. So just interested, as a manager that hasn't had one yet, and now you're going to be in the thick of it, what is your perceptions of the derby before you've taken one? Like, have you watched something before and thought, I want to be involved in that? I mean, what do you watch? Because the games just end up bonkers most of the time. So what's your sort of perceptions of it before you've experienced one?
The interesting thing is that probably both Mikel and I would like a little bit more control game, but it will probably end out absolutely madhouse. Very, very enjoyable to watch for the outside people or fans. I expect how can I say, a difficult game, of course, but as you say, a game that can go anywhere. Everything can happen in that game. In games like that, like everything also even out a little bit more because it's so competitive. the atmosphere in the stadium, doesn't matter if we play away or home, is intense. So yeah, just really looking forward to it. I know we'll be ready, and we're looking forward to it.
I mean, just on that subject, you joked about you and Mikel wanting a bit more calmness. I mean, do you just think I'm going to have to embrace the chaos, or a 0-0 will be a good result, or how will you go into it as a manager, or do you go along as the game just dictates, really?
I don't know. Definitely embrace control chaos, or chaos we like to create, if that makes sense, because I think chaos is also good. It can also be too structured, too fixed, stop-start. So we need a bit of chaos. I think we all need that. And that chaos is transitions. Chaos is high pressure. You win it. Chaos is set piece, second phase, and all those elements are areas we of course like to exploit if we can in that situation. And by the way, we never go for 0-0. Maybe we'll end 0-0, but we will always try to win. Always, always, always.
You mentioned set pieces. These are the two best teams in the league with set pieces. You've set piece coach you've known for a long time. Andreas, Arsenal have got Nicolas Jover, who you work with at Brentford. Just what makes them two stand out as probably the best set piece coaches in the league because of how they are in the table?
Well, that's very simple. I educated both of them in Brentford. But they were both in Brentford. So I worked with Nicolas for maybe almost 3 years, I think. Very good guy, good coach. Same with Andreas. Work with him. Also in Brentford, and now again here. And I think maybe some of it is actually the bit we did in Brentford, where we really laser focused on it and really used a lot of time, made both of them to excel to a high level.
Thank you.
I'll finish with George at the back, please.
Hi, Thomas. You gave an update on a lot of players. I think you missed Mohamed Kudus, or maybe you did. Is he available?
He trained today as well, so that was good. Thank you. There was a lot of players being out, so I need a little bit of help from my friends, so thank you.
No worries. In terms of kind of, I guess, your previous games against Arsenal at Brentford, not the best comparison maybe. You played three at the back quite a lot of times. What is it about that formation against Arsenal in particular that you liked in those games, and obviously did get you some success as well?
Yeah, I think back then was, as I said, it was a little bit different. What I did in the first 3 years in the Premier League with Brentford was more or less as a go-to. We played a 3-5-2 against the top 6 teams, but I actually changed that the last year to play more 4-2-3-1 like we do now. So there's not just especially against Arsenal, it was against Liverpool, City, and Tottenham.
And in terms of kind of speaking to people this week, someone that knows Arsenal very well, Vinai Venkatesham, have you kind of sat down with him, sort of taken any nuggets from him that can maybe be of use on Sunday, or not really?
No, not really. I have the biggest respect for Vinai. I think he's a top CEO in many ways, and of course, when you are a CEO in a football club, we're also speaking about football stuff, but Vinai is a clever guy, so you also know when not to speak about football or when to speak about football, and I think this is one of the moments.
And just finally for me, it obviously took Mikel a lot of time, to get to this point now where Arsenal feel a real formidable force. It felt like in those early years, he was almost as much trying to get results, also trying to make the squad his own, and he obviously has got rid of a lot of players. It's very early days in your tenure, but do you already kind of sense in your current squad now there is certain players that probably aren't going to be here in the long run and here for the ride, and you do need to move them on?
I think it's natural. If I'm here in 6 years' time, it will be a completely different squad. Just natural. Some will be sold, some will develop to get high, whatever. Some will maybe not develop as much as we want to. So I think that's a natural thing. It's not like I've put my I take my decision on him and him need to leave now. But of course, during the spring, of course, we'll look into that, which is natural in terms of developing a squad.
Okay, we'll end the broadcast section there. Move on to the embargoed section of 10:30 p.m. tonight.